Hello.
Hello, everyone,
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the
to
Autumn
the
Life
I
the
Don't Like That podcast.
podcast with with our goalie with the guacamole, Taya Valkyrie.
Hello, and our beautiful Bobby Blueberry, all the way in Los Angeles, California.
That's right, you are in Canada.
I am in Canada. I got boots on the ground, finding out what's going on.
Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground, you ask why? Because, baby, things are about to get heated. Rivalry
Ooh.
up in here.
Yes, because we are going to
Yes.
be talking about Heated Rivalry finally. Oh,
And you
God.
guys, we got her to watch, and the world is obsessed. And you know what? Oh, we'll just say now, if you haven't watched the show, first of all, get it
What are you doing?
together. What are you doing? The world is watching the show, and it is good as it's that good. So this
It,
episode is spoiler. If you haven't
spoiler
seen it,
filled.
if you
Hmm.
haven't seen it, go watch it and don't listen to this until you do, because we're full candid.
Yeah, we're talking about every aspect of it. We're going to talk about its cultural impact.
God, and
And
its personal impact. My God, it's so good.
yes, and how Ilya is my spirit animal.
And how Shane and the cottage. And I just love it all. Oh my God. It's like, where do we even begin? The
Well,
obsession is real.
yes, but before we start, we're going to do
Okay.
some quick pop culture notes just because some things actually happened today which are important to talk about
Okay,
prior to the
yes.
heated rivalry discussion. Guys, today, Dolly Parton turns 80 years old.
Oh my God.
Our,
And of course on MLK Day.
yeah, our
God,
country
yes.
queen, theme park owning icon, and professional spender of millions to look cheap has given us decades of hits, hearts, and hair. And today it is her beautiful birthday. So happy birthday to the icon, Dolly Parton.
Happy birthday, Dolly. Do you have a favorite Dolly song?
I mean, I love it all.
Yeah.
Jolene, Jolene.
Classic. My favorite is her Academy Award nominated song, Traveling Through, from what was it,
Oh,
2003 movie Transamerica, maybe it's 2004. Oh my God, if you haven't seen that also, it is so good.
go see it. Yeah, and
Oh,
I recently watched a clip of someone going to Dollywood at Christmas. We
oh,
have to go. We have to go to Dollywood
wait, where, Dollywood's, where? Oh,
in Tennessee.
yeah,
It's in
okay.
Tennessee somewhere. It's not in Nashville. I think it's like an hour outside of Nashville or something like that.
Okay,
We
well,
have to go.
we know we do this at least once a week. We bring up our dear friend Charlotte lives in Nashville, so we're
Our,
coming, and we're
our, our internet correspondent. She has a name now.
our internet correspondent, Charlotte. She will be coming on the pod. We got to have her on. She's
Shortly.
coming to town.
She's gonna have all the reels for us to watch.
Yes, she's a real
But yeah,
one.
we have to go to Dollywood. It looks magical. There's multiple museums with her hair and her costumes and the history of her
Oh,
music and how she came, turned into this icon that she is today. So we definitely have to go check it out. It just looks so camp.
okay. I mean, God, it's Dolly. She is camp.
We have to
Steel
go.
Magnolias. I mean, God, you
Uh,
guys, what are we
Come
doing?
on. So yeah, she
Love
turned
her.
80 today, 800 years old. We love you, Dolly Parton. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, doll.
Also, and we also had to say goodbye to fashion royalty this week. The legendary designer Valentino Garavani passed away at the age of 93 in his home in Rome.
Wow. Oh, Rome. But wow. Okay.
Yeah, Valentino didn't just design clothes. He dressed icons like Jackie Kennedy, Elizabeth Taylor, and countless modern queens, and he gifted us the Valentino red, a very powerful color that you see all over the world and on women's lips and in their shoes and their clothes. His glamorous, romantic designs defined luxury for over 6 decades and reminded us that drama, elegance, and perfectly tailored gowns never go out of style. So rest in paradise, Valentino.
Rest in paradise. You got frozen and you go, rest in, and it cut off, and I go, rest in what? Rest in what? Oh,
We're back. We're
paradise.
back. We're
Poor
having
guy.
technical difficulties over here. We're all
Yeah,
good
if you're
though.
listening, this is the
And
Zoom. If you're listening, we're zooming.
this, Yeah, we're zooming, and Bobby will try to edit this so it doesn't seem so chaotic.
Yeah, I might leave it in. I don't know.
We never know. And finally, guys, we've been seeing this all over TikTok and social media. The viral trend declaring that 2026 is the new 2016.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, everyone is revisiting their Tumblr era selfies, chaotic outfits, and lovely filters. Why did we all have cat ears and flower crowns?
Because it's just, it was
Guys.
a time. It was a time.
So, like, how different did you feel your 2016 was to how, where you are now when you look back?
Oh my gosh, 2016. I mean, I haven't thought about it, but it's just like, what was going on? I think I was still in school, or was I done with school? Or I was in the middle of school. I was in the middle of school, so I was just like busy, bit like I was, I'm a straight A student.
Of
So
course. Of
that's actually
course.
okay. 2016, I was 31, and I met, yeah, yeah, 31, and I met Brittany. We were both 31 in school, and we're like, these kids, we're surrounded by these
Losers.
kids, these
Yeah.
losers. What
Yeah,
about you? You're
2016 for me was interesting because it was the year that John and I started dating. And obviously, like, it kind of like I feel like the last half of 2016 was the craziest for me. And yeah, I moved to LA. I did Lucha Underground. I in November went to Japan twice for wrestling. There was
cool.
like a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it was crazy. And I mean, comparatively 10 years later, I'm still doing the same thing,
So the same.
but with more glam.
With more glam. Yeah, those
I'm
pictures.
more refined. Everything, the styling is a little better. We'll put it that way. There's some
The photos you were
frightening moments.
posting, I was like, who is she? Who
Who
is
is
that
this
girl?
blonde with this bad red hair extensions and
Oh,
lots of gaps in her teeth?
well, we have fixed a lot
Ugh.
of things in our
Hello.
lives. I'm
Hello.
wearing a wedding
But
ring. I wasn't
yeah,
wearing one in 2016.
and I wasn't either. There you
Look at
go.
us.
Look at us, we're grown ups. Where do you think you'll be in 10 years from now in 2036?
I don't know if Earth will still be around.
Fair. Fair.
I'm not sure
Very
where
fair.
any of us are going to be here. We'll see. I don't know.
We'll be
I'm excited to see.
rich and successful, rich, successful icons of screen and sound, so rich with love and money. Because
And
what do we
money,
love?
and
Money.
money. And this will
Money.
be a real
That will
Oscar.
be, yes, we'll have a real Oscar and we'll be living our best lives still.
Yes, and I mean
So
when I win the
excited.
Oscar, the Oscar is going to be the new Winnebago, and it's going to be right there on the in every shot of the pod.
Yeah, and then and Winnie will be back next week for everyone that's wondering. I know it's been everyone's asking, when's Winnie coming back to the pod? She's coming back next week.
When he took some time off when he needed it.
She took a little holiday. All right, so to get us ready for Heated Rivalry, here's a little Heated Rivalry opener to get us started about the show. So now let's get a round of applause for our boys, Connor Story and Hudson Williams, who have been everywhere, obviously, since the massive success of the show. We truly, like we said before, made the right people
People
famous.
famous.
Their genuine joy and authenticity and larger than life personalities have been shining through in every interview, appearance, and red carpet moment. And we couldn't be more proud. Our besties, our besties. So, most recently, as in last week, we watched Hudson get in his model era. Everyone. He absolutely owned the D squared fall and winter 2026 fashion show in Milan for Milan Fashion Week, opening and closing the show. It was the collection of snowy après-ski fantasy, modern, playful, very camp, like put me in all the clothes, totally over the top in the best way. Furry hats, puffy coats, skin tight cat suits. I love a cat suit. And several decorative maple leaves because everyone loves hockey in Canada right now.
Yep, yep. It was already like a hockey show, and they're like, of course, get the hottest
let's
show about
let's
hockey.
lean it in.
Yeah,
Let's lean in. And so, yeah, it was amazing and honestly injected into me. Congratulations, Hudson, on your grand debut as a supermodel. And with that
and
said,
also congratulations to I think everybody for getting to watch these two. Anything they do,
yes,
we're
yes.
all winners here.
So I thought maybe you could start with talking about the show. I have some notes on cultural effects and how it's affecting the NHL and things like that. But let's get started with the show itself. Bobby, tell us.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, just watching it, it's we all know it kind of I remember hearing about it. It's in the ether. And it was like, I don't know. I heard what I was hearing about it, like I was like, I don't think I'm interested. Very,
Hmm.
it's because it's very hot and heavy. It feels gratuitous, all these very sexy scenes. And then, and I'm not jumping ahead, but like then I hear about episode five. Episode five aired. And that's where, and then all of a sudden everybody's posting episode five, and I go, okay, what is this? So then we went back and watched. My husband and I watched, and immediately like, yeah, it's hot and heavy. It's sexy and
Ooh,
it's
it's
this and
sexy. It's
that.
very sexy.
It's
Yeah.
very sexy. And then, then we get to episode five and then six. And then it's like, this is, I will say, I was just watching. I love this. Everybody, there's people who keep posting the reactions to episode five, the kiss on the ice, and everybody's cheering.
Hmm.
And this is a phenomenon. And I
Oh,
just watched this whole reel that was like 20 in a row, and it's like a Super Bowl thing, the way people react to it, and then it gives you that I'm coming to the cottage, and everybody just you and John also were like, oh my God, I jumped out of the chair.
I wish that I had a live reaction video of us.
Me
God.
too. Oh my God. So yeah,
Coming
just
to the
all
cottage.
together. Yes, incredible. But yeah, I think, let's just kind of go, I think just kind of talk through the episodes and just kind of an order and our reactions to it.
Mhm.
And I'll just kind of give you a little, I have it pulled up here, but like a little synopsis of each episode, and we can kind of remember what happened in the one and when how things transpired. Because also this show, what I love about it is it's not, I don't even, it's like a gay story. What this is Romeo and Juliet modern day. This is two
Mhm.
rival families, two rival teams, two people who can't be together because of their surroundings. And the tug and the pull of these two falling in love, and
Absolutely.
masterfully acted by Hudson Williams and Connor Story. Just really, you believe it, and you're like, you want it for them so bad, and you're like, and the time jumps, you're like, why can't they just be together? Oh my God. So you're just like, it feels earned by the time they like episode six. It feels like we earned it. We were like, come on, come on, come on. So Heated Rivalry. Let's just the first episode again.
Yeah.
We're introduced to the two, Iliad and Shane. Shane.
Shane Hollander.
Yep, Shane. Shane. Yep. So episode one, rookies. It's a rookie season, and we're like, these two are eyeing each other, and they're, um, just fighting it. But God, did they like each other? And the whole like, I'm gonna knock on your door. He goes, I might open. Oh.
Oh yeah.
I also have to tell you this. So I was waiting at a table the other day, and these girls come in, and it's a birthday, and it's Heated Rivalry themed. Everything they got her is Heated Rivalry. She made them keychains. And so I am like, oh, okay,
Oh my
let's do
gosh.
this. So I did the entire dinner in a Russian accent.
Of course you did.
I'm just the whole dinner. I'm like, do you want the fries? The whole dinner. And they were just, and I never broke the character. I stayed in it. And then I'd turn around
I
and
love
have
it.
to talk to another table and be like, do the guacamole. I'm like, and how was your meal? But it was like hard to jump in and out of it.
Is the salsa
Um,
spicy enough for you?
this was so spicy. I was just like the whole time, I'm coming to the cottage. Um, okay, then we, as their careers progress into episode two, and as their love or their denial of love progresses, things continue to be hot and heavy, and
Mhm.
they're missing each other, and it's just like really woven spectacularly. Then we get to episode three, Hunter, and this is the Scott Hunter and Kip episode. All of a sudden, we leave Iliad and we leave
Yes, the
Shane, and we
introduction of two
see.
new characters.
And we see, and yeah, and Hunter's been a little bit in there, but now it's like they have a standalone episode. You're like, what's going on? What's happening here? But then now we see
Yeah.
these two,
Mhm.
um, meet cute, getting a smoothie, and they really capture what I love, the excitement of a new love. Like he said my name. Did you hear that? He said my name. He said my name twice. Like there's,
Yes, cute.
they were so good at capturing, like, like the smitten of it all. Um, the blue, that's what happens when you're in a new relationship. You're like, oh my God, is he texting? Oh my God, he texted me back. And they really, just really, in one episode, really took you there. And then they go, they
Yeah,
kiss, and then Kip ends up at the house. I felt it happening. I was like, he's in this dark room all the time, like kind of a caged bird, because of Scott. And
yeah.
they do love each other, but there is that great moment with Kip's best friend, who they're dancing together, Hunter and Kip's best friend, and she's like, "Hey, he
He
deserves the
deserves
sunshine,
sunshine. Yeah.
and so do you." I might cry in this episode because it's so touching. And they break up, and they kind of leave it at that. But then
Hmm.
we come back into episode 4, Rose. The name of the episode is Rose, and this is again the tug and the pull of it all with now Shane starts dating Rose, the girl, the actress,
Yes.
and now we're
The
making
ally.
Iliad, and
The
yeah,
ally.
and then she becomes an oh. Is this the episode where his dad dies, or is that the fifth one? Because it
The
all kind of
fifth,
is
the
happening.
fifth,
The
the
fifth.
fifth one is when his dad dies. Yeah, because that adds to the depth of the drama, especially at the beginning of episode 5. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're at episode, yeah, Rose, and it's just now we're in. I think I sent you that one of my favorite reels is Shane when he's gonna have sex with Rose, and it's the little girl that goes, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not for him. And in these moments, as Shane is realizing he's not bisexual, he's gay.
Yeah, I
You
also
know,
really the powerfulness, like the iconicness also of the scene when they're in the nightclub and like
ah,
Ilya's
all the
so
things you
mad,
said, all the things
sad
you
of
said,
the
running through your head, running through
and
my
like the
head,
blue
all
and
the
the
things you
red
said.
lights.
Oh my God, it's so good. And it is. I feel like me and my husband had a similar thing with our relationship in the beginning. We had these two beautiful straight men that we were friends with, and there was a tug and pull. Not that we ever did anything with them, but there was like a jealousy thing that was going back and forth, kind of unsaid. But it pushes you,
Hmm.
this pull apart, it like makes you get closer and closer. Um, and
Yeah.
so and so then we get to episode 5. I I'll believe in anything. Okay, and this is the pinnacle high,
Oh my God.
this right now it's a 9.9 on IMDb. So this is episode 6, but episode 5, I believe in anything, and it starts with the Rose as an ally,
Hmm. It
and
was
we have that
beautiful that
great
scene.
speech. Yeah, great speech, and it's beautifully acted by both of them. She's an ally, and also him like realizing himself. And she's like, you hooked up before with a guy, and was it better? And he's like, much better.
I loved when she said like or I can't remember exactly what the words were, but she was like, I grew up in musical theater.
Honey, she's like, I give him like, how many
And she
boyfriends
goes,
does
I
she have that are
know.
gay? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Aw.
think, and the much better line comes, it's so natural, but it comes in later in this episode. So then we go into um Iliad's dad dies,
Hmm.
and he has to, go, and he's had his whole tumultuous thing with his family, but still, it's a big moment in anyone's life. His dad dies, and he has that
Argument.
conversation, the conversation on the phone
Yes. After
with
the argument with the
Shane.
brother. Yeah.
Yes. And the brother just kind of like, you're a faggot, like just very, he knows, and it's just like, it's so bad. And then things are so bad back home. And then he
Yeah.
calls Shane. I don't want to cry, I swear. Okay. And
They're in the
that one of the
in the
one of the most
hallway.
yeah, one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard poetry. It's like he's like, why don't you tell me in Russian? And then he has that whole incredibly acted monologue. He does not
Oh
know
my God.
Russian, and does
Even
that
John,
whole
John was just like, "Oh my God, say you love him in English." Oh my God, he doesn't understand. Shane doesn't understand.
and
Yeah,
he
like we
says,
were like
God, I just love
screaming
you.
at the TV.
And he screams, I love you. He's just like, I love you so much in Russian. So obviously
Yeah,
he has no idea that what he's saying. Shane has no
I know.
idea. Um, But also, I love the shots of cutting to Shane. Just like it was like he was
Listening.
listening to symphony, it's music. And I think the music actually started to kind of be symphony behind Shane, but I'm like, he was listening like he was listening to a beautiful Beethoven sonnet.
Yeah.
And has no idea what he's saying, but and then yeah, I love you in Russian, so he doesn't understand, and you're screaming like just oh my God, just tell him, just tell him, just tell him. And
Yeah.
then we get to then halfway through the episode, they're playing against each other. And Shane, they're on the ice, and Shane looks back and is just, smiles at him,
Oh,
and
they were
things are like
flirting.
they were so happy. It was like a moment of like happiness, and then Shane gets checked
Taken
hard
out
on the ice.
hard.
He gets taken out, and the whole Iliad of it all on the ice, going,
I felt that one so much because like just like it's how I related to it was just like even when John and I first started dating and we didn't want people to know we were dating and then like one of us would get hurt
"Uh-uh."
and then you're trying to not care too much in front of everyone but you want to go with them because you care about them but you don't want people to know and like just the tension of like Ilya on the ice looking at Shane down on the
Yeah.
ice he wants to be concerned but he doesn't want people to know and like it just I like felt that tension and that like you know what I
Ah.
mean? Like he wanted
Oh,
to hold his hand and
100%.
he wanted to hug
There's a
him and
tra
be there
there's
for
such a
him.
tragedy to it. That's like, and
Yeah.
again, poetic and Romeo and Juliet, like all you want to do is dive down next to him.
And help
But
them.
he
Yeah.
but he can't, and you see it, and then you hear the announcers going like, kind of like, oh, I thought they hate each other. Like, well, I mean, they are rivals, but like, they're even saying like there's still a relationship there between these two people who, respect each other and whatever they're
Yeah.
saying.
Rose.
Yeah,
And
bros. And then we're in the hospital.
then
Shane,
Shane when he's high.
Shane's okay. Shane's okay. He's high in the
Yeah.
hospital,
He's having a
and
great time.
he's having a good time. And I just love the, um, yeah, hey, hey.
Hi.
And then Iliad goes up to the bed. He's like, "Ah, shh." And then Iliad takes his hand, and Shane says, much better.
It's
And
so
it's
cute.
like
It's
mirroring what he said to Rose, like, it's much better with a man, but now he's like, oh, much better. Um, and just oh my God. And then of course then he's like, come on to come to the cottage. It'll be
it.
fun. And of
Ooh.
course he's like, no, I can't do that. And he's like, you don't have a home. Like, come, it'll be fun. Just high as a
It'll be
kite.
private. Like it's my own space. Didn't he say something like, "Don't go to Russia, come to the cottage"?
Don't
Like, yeah,
don't go to Russia. Yeah.
yeah.
And so now we have that hospital scene, and now they're apart right now, and we have the cup, the World Cup, and we have our third gay man winning a cup in the show. Both Shane and Elliot had won before. Now Scott Hunter, the experienced
One,
whatever,
the veteran,
wins.
hockey veteran,
The hockey veteran, again, amazing acting, and by Francois, and he wins the cup, and the music is swelling, and Kip
and he
is
has it above
there,
his head.
and Kip is there. Kip is in the audience with his best friend and his dad, and he has a little tear. And she's like,
Yeah.
"It's okay to be sad." And then Scott Hunter does the unthinkable. He
But
looks
in
up, but he's also looking around, and everybody's kissing and hugging their
their
families.
families, yeah.
And we also didn't talk about Scott Hunter. Also told Kip like his parents died, but before that, he was like, I always have two seats at the game." Like he gave me his seats, but like his seats have always been empty because his
Hmm.
parents are dead. So that's also, and so Kip's there. And here we go. We're playing the song, the Sunshine Song, and he waves Skip down. And the answer's like, what's going on? And Shane and Iliad are watching on two separate TVs,
Yes,
texting each other, what's going on? And um the writer, director, creator, God, what's his name? Jacob. I know it. I just had it. But he's like, this was his most important scene. This was the most important part. This is the culmination. It's his favorite song, and he literally directed this whole. episode, this whole series around this one song. He like the first thing I
Hmm.
did was got the song cleared. Um, the God, what's his name? Jacob. Okay, well, I'll find it. Anyways, Kip comes onto the ice. He's
And
like,
there's
you don't
that
have,
tension, which there's a
and you don't
tension
have to
and the
do this.
silence.
And the
And then like
silence.
and then
And
they're like going
then
back and forth between Shane and Ilya's point of
Ilya.
views. And
And
they're
it's
like,
all
oh,
these
oh,
camera
oh,
and
oh,
they were also
oh.
just like, the cinematographer of the show was like, why do we have so much time dedicated to this? We're in a room filming him watching a TV. And he's like, you don't understand. We're going to get every angle. We're going to be pushing in. He goes, this is an opera, this moment. And it's just the reactions of them. He's like, you don't understand. We have to get this covered. So they spent a lot of time on
Yeah.
even just not the ice, but their reactions in their respective places. And then they kiss. Scott and Kip kiss, and the coolest sweeping lights behind them. Romantic comedy,
Iconic.
iconic, iconic, and you're cheering because you're also as if you're the way that they filmed it all and the way things are sweeping. You're like you're all with Shane and I. Goes, what's happening? What's he doing? Oh my
Oh
God,
my
no way! He's
God.
pulling him on the ice. What's he gonna do? And they do it unapologetically. Kiss
And then
and a kissing shot that could rival any romantic comedy, pouring rain throughout history, Titanic, like the way it
it
was
was so
taken with
good.
such care is like really cool, beautiful storytelling.
Mhm.
And now
Jack
Iliad
grabs the
calls,
phone.
grabs the phone and calls Shane, and Shane goes, "What the?" And he's cut off. I'm coming to the
I'm come to the
cottage.
cottage.
And the world went wild because you're
Oh,
already cheering, and then I'm coming to it's like I don't even know how do you top that moment, that huge moment, and they topped it with the simplest I'm coming to the cottage,
oh my God.
and you scream and cheer, and it's just like one
Brilliant.
of the best episodes of television in history. And I'm glad it's not
Hmm.
getting review bombed, like because it's straights, gays, everyone is living for it.
Love.
And before
Hmm.
we get to the next episode, speaking of the creator, I went to Craig's after we talked on our last pod. I went to Craig's for dinner, and Jacob is at the table next to us the whole time. Like they sat right when we did. I'm like, oh my God. Heated Rivalry. I was like, just don't talk about the show because then we'll sound insane.
You're like, shh, shh, shh. We have to change our
The-
subject. Shh, shh.
yeah.
Don't look like a freak that just wants to talk about the show.
And also speaking of Canadian Pride, we have to mention this entire show was shot in 36 days, but with the utmost care and best cameras and a shoestring budget. So
Yeah, and it was
now,
just iconic. And the fact I loved obviously seeing Canadian shows getting the attention that they need and actors, producers, directors, writers, the books were written by an author in Halifax. It's just so cool to see something affect so many people from all different all over the world in such a positive way.
chills. I
So
have the
yeah,
chills. Yeah. So we're gonna also so let's because I really want to talk about this. Okay, we're gonna come to that episode. Now we're in episode 6, the
yes,
cottage.
the
Uh,
cottage,
now they're in the cottage.
the
So
loons.
adorable and so like again like the way there's something that somebody said, this cinematographer, like how the first time they're meeting in the first episodes, they're in shadow, they're in silhouette. And now in
Hmm.
this episode, it's all
Right.
light. It's bright. It's lights pouring in from everywhere, and they use natural light, and we're seeing them together, and the camera's following them, and it's not jolted. It's like very smooth, which is
Hmm.
visual storytelling. And now um yeah these two are like finding
In
their
love.
they're in love and um oh and the crazy the wolf Canadian bird it's so good and
Balloon.
somebody also pointed out like Shane does a bird call, a loon, a loon call, and someone's like, some experts like that call that he did out is a loon's call that is loon protecting their men or they're protecting their man. So even that little detail that he goes, oh, and he's like, oh, so you talk bird now? But specifically, this the loon sound that they chose for that is a loon protecting his man. So
I
he
love
is
that.
scared, and then they use that. I'm like, God, it's just so so much thought,
Thoughtful.
so
Yes.
thoughtful.
The details, going down to the details, you know?
The details, and you don't, and the thing is, you don't know that, but you feel it. That kind of thing,
Hmm.
like those little details, like you feel it. Okay, then we
Got it.
see. Okay, these two are kissing, smooching outside, and then the camera pans and someone's in the house
Yes.
creeping. What a jump scare. And it's freaking Shane's dad, who does not know about his son. Anyways, the dad, and then what does the dad do? I think the worst thing that you could do. He just turns around and leaves. And it's like, I mean, like that's like the worst reaction I could think of. Like nothing. He says nothing and just leaves the house. So you're just panicking, and
Yeah.
they zoom over to the parents' house because he's Shane's got to say something. He's like, "All right, you stay here. Hold on, I'm gonna go in."
Oh,
And Shane goes in, but Iliad's right there, right behind him, almost immediately. And not only is their son
yeah.
gay, but he's dating the his
The
biggest
rival.
rival, the biggest rival on the ice. What we talk about is the mom's reaction, and
Yes, the
in that
mom. I
moment
thought you
is
were rivals.
yeah, and she's like just like she's dealing with multiple things right now, like. They can't believe they can't believe it. Their hockey playing, star son, World Cup winning son, World Cup. I know Stanley Cup. There's a cup.
Stanley Cup, the equivalent of the Stanley Cup, basically,
Yeah.
for the sake of copyright, you know.
Yes. And so she can't believe it, and she doesn't react great. Um, and then they sit down and have dinner with them. Oh, also I just love the line. He goes, "We are." Shane's like, "Well, we are," and Iliad goes,
Lovers.
"Love." And Shane goes, no, like just gross. No,
Just like
please
he's
not.
such he's an awkward like vanilla Canadian sweet boy that he's just like he
Yeah.
can't. It's like a word that gives him the ick or something, but he's like, "Ugh," like
Yeah, and like it's a word also like so you sing it to your parents, like sing it to your mom, like hear your mother,
lovers,
my
we're
lovers, and he's like, and I
lovers.
love she goes, ew, no, it's so good. And then they sit down and have dinner with them. And I also their feet touching is the cutest, just under the table, all their
It's
feet
so
touch.
good.
Which because I also love in my our own relationship. Like I'm not a cuddler. When we go to bed, I'm like, I don't need to, I run hot. But our feet always, like always, my foot will always go across and touch David's foot or leg. Like, it's just and it's really it's like very
So
intimate. It's
cute.
it's almost like this
Yeah.
special intimacy or whatever. Like, and then the fact that they
Yeah.
just and they also that happened before when they were on stage, remember like doing a press conference together and their
Their
feet
feet,
touched.
they came together. Yeah.
But now we're doing singing this, and of course the shimmy's heard around the world when he's eating the pasta and he's like putting the pasta down, and he and Iliad eats the pasta and you just see him go. And it's Connor's story had been asked about that, and he's like that was very Connor, not necessarily Iliad. And he goes, I was just like, I goes, he
And
goes,
now we know, now we know him like almost more as a human because we're seeing these interviews with him and you realize how quirky and fun and like uh entertaining he is just as a human being, outside of that character. And I definitely felt like in that episode 6, specifically in the cottage, that you saw more of Connor come out in Iliad's
yes,
like character, and how he was so much more relaxed. Like he had this like hard shell on him for most 90% of the series. And then when he was finally in the cottage, he felt like a level of relaxation and he felt safe. And when they're, by the fire and he's stroking his hair and like it just the intimacy between the two of them, it brought out his true personality. And I thought
and
that was
also
sweet.
there's also in this moment, like yeah, like I love that like this that is just it feels so honest and natural progression, like and like that the kind of getting to this episode, you get to see more of Connor and Iliad because that's what Iliad's experiencing. And
Yep.
also this moment at the table, I mean, like, has Iliad ever sat and had like a nice home cooked meal with his family type of thing. Like, so he's also,
Hmm.
and this is
Experiencing
also,
that for the first time, maybe.
yeah. And then it also like they say boyfriends. And he's like, I'm your boyfriend. He's like, well, yeah, right? Like, it all happens at this dinner table. Um, and then sweetness, actually, yeah, then the conversation with the mom outside
Made
is
me cry.
so good. And one of the best reactions, because I've came out and like a lot of parents will just say, I know, I knew, I always knew. But for some reason, like I don't think that's a comforting. That's not a great response. But her response was
Hmm.
just like, I'm so sorry that I wasn't someone you could tell. And it like puts
You
it,
didn't feel comfortable. Yeah.
yeah, and it's something that it puts on, it's not on you, she's like putting on herself. Like it's not about
Hmm.
you, my feelings, like I'm sad that you couldn't do this because of me. Like, and it was just really incredible. Cry, 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 cry. Also, these two kiss. Remember the little kiss of the foot when they're on the lake or whatever. Um, and so now these boys they leave the house, and Matt also
They drive off
masterfully
into the
they
sunset,
drive
into the
off in the
sunset.
sunset. And if you've seen online, like they're holding hands, and the window and their bodies are making a heart, and it's
It's
something you
so good. It
feel, but
just
you
gave me
just don't
goosebumps
know.
again.
And then, it's something else I want to talk about. Yeah, and so that's heated rivalry, and why I wore this shirt today was because all these gay stories, throughout all media, it's always tragic. Somebody's died, somebody has AIDS, and this is just like a happy ending love story for everybody involved, for Kip, Hunter, Iliad, and Shane. Um, and it's just like cool that this media exists and that kids something I didn't have, of course we didn't have until
Hmm.
now. So these young people get to watch a beautiful love story, 16 years old, probably scared, and see this hope, is really a really special piece of media and storytelling that it like exists in the world now, and this is the world we live in, and there's a lot of crazy things going on, but we have to remember there are good things going on, and heated rivalry
Yeah.
is one of them. And also, I'm sorry, can we talk
Yeah.
about one other thing real quick? Is when his dad dies and they're in the hotel room together, and Shane holds Iliad. That someone pointed out that like this is probably his mom died when he was 13, and he probably hasn't been held since.
100%.
And it's like,
There. And yeah.
um, but so that is just a little synapse in our reactions of heated rivalry. But I think we have to talk about many things. We have to talk about their interviews. We have to talk about also the
Yeah. I just
production
wanted to,
design of all this
yes. And
stuff. Their shirts are the jerseys are butts. It's butts and
it's
penises.
so
Like
good. They literally, whoever, like, and I saw an interview and they were designing the logos. Obviously, the colors of the jerseys actually correspond to the cities, the real NHL jerseys from those areas. But the logos
the
are a
logos
little
are Il
feisty. They're a little
Iliad's
spicy.
Iliad's logo. The
Canon,
Raiders is a cannon, and Shane's is like if you look at
Montreal
it,
Metros.
the
It's a butt.
Metro is a butt. And Hunter's team is a building, like an oil building or something. Like
Well,
it's
it's New
and
York, so it's kind of supposed to look like the Empire State
Empire
Building
State
or something.
Building. But
Yeah.
yeah, like they had some fun with it too. That the creator is just like, oh yeah, he's like, you should see some of the
And
ones
we
we
totally
didn't
did it.
use. You should, yeah, he goes,
Yes.
you should see the ones that we didn't use. We had a lot of names. He
I
goes, and we
just
just kind of made each team's tops and bottoms and having fun with it too. Also, he's like, because I also believe this. If we're not having fun, then what are we doing? And they
exactly. I was
had
gonna say
fun.
they're taking something that they see and they looked like they're anytime any person that has any part on that show talks about it, they have so much joy in their voice and in their face that they that this was like a passion project. And it was also just done. Everyone on set seemed to be happy to be there and really trying to make something special, and it shows, and that's why the response to it has been so positive, I think, because it's organic and the authenticity of the work that these people are doing comes
I
through
just,
and people
I,
connect with that.
I just wonder, like, it's like, what moment on set, or did they have a moment? I would ask any of them. I'd be like, is there a moment on set where you're like, it hits you like this might be special? This might be not just
Yeah, I wonder.
like, is there a day that you're like, hold on, we're doing something here,
Incredible.
something
Yeah.
incredible. I wonder because it is there's so many moments for that to happen, and also the magic of their performances. Just like I can know if you're filming that and like what they're giving to you in those hotel rooms, and it's sexy and it's like scotch and it's and the LED lighting is so cool that you'd be like, hold on a second, this.
This is
I think we
cool.
might have
Cool.
something very cool, like Wicked. When they're filming Wicked, John Chu's like there. He was like, wait a minute, we're doing something special.
Very well.
Very
Very well.
well. So yeah.
Going on that, I also wanted to ask you because we've mentioned this to each other. Obviously, there's a lot of intimacy scenes and
Oh yeah.
lots of sexy time, and you have had the experience of working with an intimacy coordinator, which was not necessarily required in a lot of productions back in the day,
Yeah.
but now is part of scenes like this. So I wanted to hear from your perspective, like what it felt like to work with one.
It's intimacy coordination, especially on a show like this. It's cool that it exists, but it's very important because you have to stay in character, and you're also doing very intimate things, touching and blah blah blah.
Yeah, which can
So
be awkward.
you vary, and so I worked on a movie. I was a producer and an actor in it. And we filmed in 2022. So intimacy coordination is kind of a new thing at this point. Now it's a lot more common and they're requiring it. But so we had a movie called Birder, where I actually met Charlotte, our internet correspondent. This is the movie we met on. But the movie it's very lots of sexual charge. It's about a man who comes to a gay campground and is taking people out, but he sleeps with them first. So there's a lot of sex scenes and also like
Hmm.
you know, attacking and this and that. So we
Physicality.
physicality. So I
Hmm.
worked as a producer and working with the writer and the director. Then you pull in an intimacy coordinator when it comes to these particular scenes, and you talk to
Hmm.
the intimacy coordinator. And you go, what? She goes, what do you need story wise out of this? And you tell her. And then what's cool is now the intimacy coordinator meets the actors separately, individually. You don't meet as a group. You meet one on one
Hmm.
within a corner center. You go over the scene, you talk about it, you talk what's asked, and then you talk about what you feel comfortable doing or not doing
Yeah.
or showing or
Hmm.
and then
What you're comfortable with, yeah, generally.
what you're comfortable with. And I just have to say her name, Brooke Haney, incredible. She also wrote the book on intimacy coordinator. That's how the book is called A History of Intimacy Professionals in Entertainment. So she has a book
Amazing.
available. Um, anyway, so you as the actor, I have this one-on-one conversation, and my scene is like I'm in a truck stop, and the guy comes in, and I'm touching myself, and he touches himself, and you have a conversation about what are you willing to show, or what are you willing to do, what. So then, um, and then so when that scene comes, the director's there, and Brooke is there behind the monitor, and she is. Here's my scene, and when it comes to any intimate stuff. He's not directing me, she is. And she kind of takes over and her voice is also so calming. So I feel you feel very safe in what you're doing.
And
But
she's
also,
your voice. She advocates for you,
and
so you're
she
not being
advocates,
pushed into things.
the director could ask for something and she is there because you're on set, and I'm in like a small bathroom, so they're not actually in the room. They just have the camera, me and him, and the lights. And and she's the one who's like, when it comes to intimate stuff, like this is, reach down. She's coaching me through it. And any acting
Hmm.
stuff, any performance stuff, he's directing on that. But the great thing about it was here comes my big scene. And I mean, I have a prosthetic penis in the thing that she also like, fit, you pick it out. It's hilarious. But I'm good that day of going into film. I'm just 45 minutes to drive to set, and I'm able to just think about my character and my
Yeah.
characterization and my lines and what I have to do. What I don't have to worry about because there's an intimacy coordinator, I don't have to worry about the sex stuff. I know I'm going and taken care of.
And you're in a
And
safe space with safe people that are protecting you as an artist and as a human being and not making you feel like you're going to get pushed into something you'll regret or whatever it is, kind of thing.
absolutely. And it's like before this existed, this job, it's like I think I'd be like kind of just so nervous. Like, what's going to happen? What are they going to ask of me? But we've already mapped it
Hmm.
out. We've discussed it all. So I'm just on the way to set, just like going
I
into
love that.
character. Yeah, and I'm able to show up on
Focusing
set
on
and
what is
I'm
important
able
as an
to
actor.
yes. And it's just wild to think like all these people doing these scenes before you're nervous like well one like what are you going to show but someone's there protecting you and that's why intimacy coordination is I'm so glad it's been integrated into the industry
Yeah.
because it's in a show
Yeah.
like this and it was exciting I got to see it from both sides as the producer and I'm really glad that I got to experience that as an actor because then
Yeah.
I'm like it's a really cool perspective going I was taken care of.
Yeah, and I feel like this show, because those scenes, there was a lot of them, were so powerful and done correctly. It amplifies the importance of, you know, seeing different love stories on television and in film. And I'm very, thankful and applaud everyone that was involved because this show really has changed.
You have to be kind of proud, no? I mean, as a Canadian,
Yeah.
Canadian,
As a
like,
Canadian, oh my gosh, yes. Like the impact that this show has had, honestly, all of a sudden being Canadian in hockey is cool. Like it
yeah.
has really affected it. I mean, the NHL, hasn't been always very good with the LGBTQ community, and there's some people are kind of criticizing them because they're kind of jumping on the bandwagon of heated rivalry. But listen, it's having conversations about inclusivity in sport. It's having people discuss how, the gay community exists in all facets of life and all over the world and in all sports and all entertainment, and everyone should be able to live their organic and authentic self,
I mean, it's
even
also
as a
so
professional
cool.
athlete. Like,
We're
it's
seeing
so cool that these
we're seeing videos. And I just saw one. It's like I don't know what the game was. Maybe the LA
it was the
hockey team,
Montreal, it was the
and they
Montreal Canadiens that did
and
it. It was the Montreal
they
Canadiens that did it
play
first.
they pay the big. Here comes the big kiss, and they cut it off, and then they go to the kiss cam. And I'm like, oh
And
my
it was
God, they're using
yeah,
heated rivalry
it
to pop
was
the kiss cam. I'm like, it's just a
yeah,
cultural thing
and
that's happening.
yeah, and I feel like if it's making the NHL open their eyes and see how much this is inclusivity is important, then great, because sports is for everyone, and I want everyone to feel welcome at any sporting event. If it's, soccer, football, hockey, uh, wrestling, sport is for everyone, entertainment is for everyone. So if it's starting this conversation and honestly, it's creating new fans. I mean, last year they said that Taylor and Travis in the NFL were bringing the girls and the gays into the games. It's hockey, baby, and we're all going to the boy aquarium, and we're all gonna.
The Boy Aquarium also, it's like these
Yeah, we're all
two,
gonna watch.
Connor and Hudson are the Ariana and Cynthia from last
Yes.
year. Now we're watching all these interviews with them and just like, it's just so fun to watch. And also, I think it's another note is just like, let queer artists make queer art because that's what
Yes.
this is. This is,
Look at how good. Yeah.
that is like
And
to see what happens when you just let people do it. And that's also if HBO was actually producing it, they picked it up. But like with Crave, they were like given the reins and were able to make what they made and weren't given these big notes. Don't have no kissing. Like there was something about like, oh, no kissing until episode 5. And he's like, oh, are you kidding me?
no, no, no.
I'm doing butt stuff before halfway through episode 1. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
So it's
well,
just exciting show, exciting time, and I'm so glad. And we're
and
just
if you
those
haven't watched it, go watch the
we
show.
are your annoying friends that are, and it happens to everybody. It's
And
like catching the
I'm
flu.
buying hockey jerseys now. Look, I'm buying more hockey jerseys. Buy the merch. Support the show.
Yeah, we will be wearing
Support
merch.
inclusivity in sports, everybody, because
And it's
life is
also
more exciting that way.
and it's also, I mean, you didn't hear it here first, but we are going to say it. This show has been picked up for season 2. So,
And season
baby, and season
There's
3.
two more guaranteed seasons.
I have the chills. So, this is just part 1, heated rivalry. There will be more
I'm
parts
sure
from
we will
more.
keep talking about
And
it.
next time though, we'll be having watch parties. We'll be watching in real
Yeah.
time. And it's very exciting. And I hope this wasn't too annoying, everyone. This episode of
Yeah,
us
sorry.
just
We're very
freaking
excited.
out about.
And me coming from Canada, I'm trying to find out what the people think and the
And
cultural
me
influences of this beautiful show on my country.
and me being gay, just out in West Hollywood, making sure anybody who hasn't seen it has a ticket
Sees
to
it.
go home and watch it right now. I will buy your HBO for a month. You need to watch it.
All right, everybody.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for listening to the I Don't Like That
like that
podcast.
podcast with Ty Valkyrie.
And Bobby Blueberry. Love each other, watch sports, go watch Heated Rivalry right
Go watch
now.
Heated
And
Rivalry. And
we'll
be
see you guys
gay.
next week.
Be dangerous. Love
Yes, be
you.
gay, enjoy.
Bye.
You can listen to new episodes and old episodes of the I Don't Like That podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iHeartRadio.